Wendy Phipps, the chairperson of the People's Labour Party, believes the current St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party has created unsavory circumstances against the people of the country, as she identified several situations that are of concern. Ms. Phipps was addressing the opening session of the PLP 12 July Convention held at Greenlands Park in Bastille. She pointed to infringements of the Constitution, threats to freedom of expression, and the creation, she believes, of an environment of fear.
Our present situation appears to be one where there is individualism over the collective good. There is economic inequality. There's a silence of complicity by those who have the ability to change things but don't, and they go along for the ride. Then there are the threats to democracy. As recent as Tuesday's press conference, a member of the media had cause to ask Dr. Harris about whether or not he was authorized to make a national address. What this tells me, based on the history behind the question, where the leader of this country has determined that Dr. Harris has no right to make a national address, then it tells me that our democracy is under threat. It also tells me that those on the institutions within Church Street and otherwise need to familiarize themselves with Section 12 of our Constitution order that has been in place since 1983. Because not only does Dr. Harris have the right to make a national address, every man jack in here and elsewhere in this country has the right to make a national address. The other situation that I think we agree that we find ourselves in is that we are beginning to see cruelty and see it being normalized. And I speak, for example, of what is happening to our civil servants who, after working umpteen years, are now being told that your pension is being recalibrated and this is what you're going to get, as opposed to what you know the system has traditionally provided for you. So that, to me, is a normalization of cruelty. The other side of that cruelty is the psychological harm that it does to people. Everyone in this room, everyone in this country has a mortgage to pay or rent to pay, families to look after, children and elderly persons with disabilities they have to provide for, their own security, etc., etc., etc. And when they have to spend time wondering, can I open my mouth? Can I say anything that somebody disagrees with? Can I show up to a PLP meeting? Can I wear an orange shirt up and to work? It tells you that if we are not careful, that type of cruelty based in psychology will become the norm, and that people are expected to live in fear because, again, the other part of our constitutional provision, which is freedom of association, is being threatened likewise.
Meanwhile, PLP political leader Dr. Timothy Harris said the party is putting an economic rescue committee in place as they prepare to enter the next general elections. He urged citizens not to be intimidated because they are protected by the Constitution of St. Kitts and Nevis.
As we are inching our way into the general elections, they were planning to call it in August, but the polls frightened them. But whether they call it soon or they call it later, July government must go. We are not going to lock into party this and party that. Because party without patriotic people will take St. Kitts and Nevis nowhere. So we will draw wide and far, get the best pool of people to help us advance our country. Several of them are coming forward. In fact, we have been able to put an economic rescue committee already. For we had envisaged that the way they must spend money, none gonna be there when we get in this. And they believe that they could force people, that they could cow you. But the message tonight, you are a citizen. with inalienable rights protected by the Constitution. Do not let them stop you from speaking. Do not let them stop you from criticizing them. Do not let them stop you from coming forward now as a candidate, because you are protected by the Constitution of this land.
Addressing the PLP convention also was Oliver Joseph, former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Grenada. Glenn Barrett reporting for SK Newsline.
Police are investigating a late-night shooting in the Bird Rock area. According to the Royal St. Crispin Nevis Police Force, the incident occurred between 10 and 11 p.m. on July 11th near the St. Kitts and Nevis Customs and Excise Department. Preliminary reports indicate that multiple suspects traveling in a black BMW X5 opened fire on a Honda CR-V as both vehicles were headed toward Bird Rock. The Honda CR-V was reportedly in front when the shots were fired. After discharging several rounds, the suspects fled the scene. Shortly after, police officers spotted the suspect vehicle near Potato Bay Road, in the Frigate Bay area. A pursuit followed, during which officers discharged their firearms in an attempt to stop the vehicle, but were unsuccessful. None of the 5 occupants inside the Honda CR-V were injured in the attack. The crime scene unit has processed the area and recovered several items of evidential value. As of this evening, one individual is in police custody and is assisting with police investigations. Authorities say updates will be provided as the investigation continues. Get ready as the Global Kingdom Impact Fellowship presents the 2nd annual Holy Convocation 2025, a return to holiness. July 24th to the 27th at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, featuring a special guest speaker, Bishop Noel Jones.
The Spirit of the Lord is in here. And that's why we've got to understand the steps. Because He's already done it. Everything that God is going to give you, He has already given it to you.
Bishop Tyrone Ivy.
Thank God that my mind keeps being renewed, because if I don't get my mind renewed, I'll lose my mind dealing with people who don't see the best in me.
And many more. Women, get ready for Convocation Women's Day on Saturday, July 26th, featuring powerful women of God, Pastor Machinda James, Co-Pastor Nilsa Williams, Bishop Precious McLeod, Katina Hoskins, Overseer-designate Yolanda Troop-Smith, and First Lady and Co-Pastor Marissa Johnson. Register now at www.thegkif.org or visit the registration desk at the church after the service. It's Holy Convocation 2025, July 24th to the 27th, under the theme, A Return to Holiness. You can't afford to miss this. Your favorite TV shows are just a click away with TVC Plus at tvcplus.live. Stream our 24-hour live programming. Catch the latest episodes of TVC Originals on demand. Enjoy premium pay-per-view content and so much more. Watch on any device, TV, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Visit www.tvcplus.live. Stream, watch, enjoy.
The SKN Newsline website now offers you more news. Log on to www.sknnewsline.com for local, regional, and international news. You can also watch the latest newscast and keep abreast with news in sports, all from sknnewsline.com. That's www.sknnewsline.com. News at your fingertips.
Good day to the beautiful people of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Martin News Desk now airs on
Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on TVC
at 11 a.m. and then again at 5 p.m. So
make sure to tune in.
It's Entertainment TV at its finest. Join us for Main Event, the Caribbean's leading entertainment show only on Television Caribbean TVC. Tune in as our host chats with top artists and entertainers, bring you the latest buzz in entertainment, and showcase the hottest music videos from the region's biggest stars. Main Event airs on Thursdays at 8 p.m. with rebroadcast on Fridays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. When it comes to entertainment, it's always the main event on TVC.
While the removal of sargassum weed has been done by individual hotels, the Department of Marine Resources is gearing up to join the annual challenge of dealing with the invasion of sargassum, according to Maritza Quilly, Port State Control Officer in the Department of Marine Resources on St. Kitts. Speaking recently at a press conference involving the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources, the Port Control Officer said no data has been collected on the amount of the troublesome seaweed removed and dumped each year. As she outlines recent developments the department is undertaking, including setting up a structured approach to manage the annual sargassum invasion and possible uses of the seaweed.
We are now, with the procurement of some of these equipment, would be looking at the areas specifically that impact landing site and, of course, the hotel industries and those beaches that are frequently visited by our locals and tourists. And going forward, we hope to have a better management of the removal process of the sargassum and not just leave it to the individuals or persons who have been affected, but have an area management strategy and team in place where we not just remove the sargassum, but have a proper location to store and dispose of it, as well as being able to predict an influx of events when it occurs. They have seen, for example, in fertilizers, mulch within the agricultural sector that has been shown good outcomes. However, our concern, or what we do not know, is the long-term effects over a period of time in the consumption of some of these goods. Vegetables that may be eaten as a result of it. And so we are cautious in that regard. We might be looking at other alternatives, whether it's in the exporting the good or cosmetics, craft industry as well. So there are other uses that we are also looking at.
It is understood there are companies that are interested in processing the sargassum, so this remains a high option for the department. The year 2025 saw a particularly large surge in sargassum affecting numerous countries throughout the entire Caribbean area. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Carl Roberts of Market Street, St. Kitts has been formally charged with 2 drug-related offenses. Roberts is facing charges for possession of cocaine and possession of a controlled drug, commonly known as ecstasy. The offenses were committed on July 6th, and Roberts was subsequently charged at the Charlestown Police Station. Police investigations into the matter are ongoing. In a separate case, Adonis Mitchell Concepcion of Central Street, McKnight, St. Kitts, has been sentenced to 12 months at His Majesty's Prison. Concepcion pleaded guilty to building, break-in, and larceny, which occurred on September 10th, 2024. The sentence was handed down on July 1st by Her Honor Mrs. Rhonda Nisbet Brown at the Bastyr Magistrates Court. Also appearing before the court was Sylvester Hodge of 4th Thomas Road, St. Kitts, who has been sentenced to 3 years in prison for simple larceny. The offense took place on December 22nd, 2024. Unlike Mr. Concepcion, Hodge pleaded not guilty, but was found guilty after trial. His sentence was delivered on June 30th, 2025, also by Her Honor, Mrs. Rhonda Nisbet Brown. These latest charges and sentences underscore the continued efforts of law enforcement and the courts to address criminal activity across the Federation. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline. Get ready as the Global Kingdom Impact Fellowship presents the 2nd annual Holy Convocation 2025, a return to holiness. July 24th to the 27th at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, featuring a special guest speaker, Bishop Noel Jones.
The Spirit of the Lord is in here. And that's why we've got to understand the steps, because He's already done it. Everything that God is going to give you, He has already given it to you.
Bishop Tyrone Ivy.
Thank God that my mind keeps being renewed, because if I don't get my mind renewed, I'll lose my mind dealing with people people who don't see the best in me.
And many more. Women, get ready for Convocation Women's Day on Saturday, July 26th, featuring powerful women of God, Pastor Mashinda James, Co-Pastor Nilsa Williams, Bishop Precious McLeod, Katina Hoskins, Overseer-designate Yolanda Troop-Smith, and First Lady and Co-Pastor Marissa Johnson. Register now at www.thegkif.org or visit the registration desk at the church after the service. It's Holy Convocation 2025, July 24th to the 27th, under the theme, A Return to Holiness. You can't afford to miss this. Your favorite TV shows are just a click away with TVC Plus at tvcplus.live. Stream our 24-hour live programming. Catch the latest episodes of TVC Originals on demand. Enjoy premium pay-per-view content and so much more. Watch on any device, TV, laptop, tablet, or smartphone. Visit www.tvcplus.live. Stream, watch, enjoy.
Are you tired of Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? The Cable has the ultimate solution with our whole home Wi-Fi coverage. Say goodbye to frustrating signal drops and hello to seamless connectivity in every corner of your home. No more
Mom, my tablet's not working in my bedroom. My game is freezing, Daddy.
or WhatsApp calls dropping as you walk around the house. So many people struggle with dead zones and restricted Wi-Fi, and the Cable has the answer. Enjoy full blanket increased Wi-Fi coverage with installation in 48 hours or less. Whole home Wi-Fi coverage is here. Get the whole family connected today. Come in or call the Cable at 465-2588 to get your whole home Wi-Fi boost installed. The Cable, always giving you more. Terms and conditions apply.
Tune in to Insights on TVC, where we explore the unique stories and perspectives of our fascinating guests.
I used to get in trouble for talking.
I am really angry. I forget English.
I had good examples of what people could become.
Each episode brings you an in-depth look at individuals from diverse backgrounds, sharing their personal journeys and valuable life insights.
I don't know. We're going to bathe here because Papa Bratcher says nobody owns the beach in St. Kitts.
People who sound like this and saying that they're like 15, I'm like, you have a beard.
Insights airs on Mondays at 8 p.m. with rebroadcast on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Only on Television Caribbean, TVC. You can also stream on demand at tvcplus.live.
Good day to the beautiful people of St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Martin News Desk now airs on
Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on TVC.
at 11 a.m. and then again at 5 p.m. So
Make sure to tune in.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Dillio and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to